Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Darla Lucian of Darla Lucian Studios, and we are going to be working in this little Donald Duck Toy Sailboat Golden Book again today. But before we get going, I'm going to ask you to hit the like button. You know you're going to like this video eventually, so you might as well like it now before you forget. Thank you for everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like these kinds of things, well, what are you waiting for? Go ahead. We want people subscribing who love getting inspired and want to contribute and do crafty ideas together. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when the videos are up. Comment. My goodness, I love hearing comments. I love getting in conversations. The give and take between crafty people is what keeps that inspiration rolling. Just share and we can all get inspired together. All right, so we've been working through this Toy Sailboat Donald Duck Golden Book, and so the spine is done, the corners are done, and now we are having the fun of filling the pages. So I picked out 3 different pieces that we can work on today, and I have put a bookmark in so we don't lose them. So if you remember the last time I showed you, this guy is going to go on this page here. And so I wanted to kind of figure out how I wanted to attach this on. We could attach it so that you could put something behind it, which could be fun. Actually, let's do that. And I think I just want to be very simple. I think I want to attach this with washi tape. Washi tape will attach really easy. What if we use this polka dot stuff? Wow, this is going to come together real fast, I think. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bead of crazy or tacky glue first, and then glue on washi tape to cover because you'll be able to see the glue bead, but like through the vellum, which isn't a great look, and the vellum will curl because of the wet white glue. You can use any really good strong bonding white glue. I just like tacky glue, so that's what I use. Alright. So you see what I'm saying about how you'll see that beaded glue through. But this is what's going to keep this on our page and help with the wear and tear of going in and out of a pocket. So because it's tacky glue, it takes a minute to bond, and because it's vellum and it's wet, it's going to want to curl. So we just are going to sit here for a minute while I hold this. So we've been having a lot of fun getting into this book, and if you have just joined in the middle of the playlist, there is a playlist, and so we're going to be putting everything related to this little Golden Book series all in that playlist, and you will be able to kind of see some of the other things that we're working on. We've done this kind of like from building the book, like from taking, we didn't actually take apart the book on screen, but we started building it back together on screen, and also in my Buy Me a Coffee, in my links, you know, it's like Patreon, where you can go over and support me on Buy Me a Coffee, and I have videos exclusive over there for my members, and, you know, talking about the book building basics, which is super cool, so you can see exactly how this book came together. If you wanted to take on a Golden Book challenge yourself, I am doing 5 right now, although I have been focusing on this Donald Duck one recently. It's just so cute. All right, I am going to use washi tape is low tack, and so that means that it will peel up and re-stick. That's the point of washi tape. It's meant to do that. So if you don't want it doing that, then you need to glue it down, which is what we're going to do. So I'm just getting kind of the lay of the land. I want it about that big. And I'm just going to do the thumb thing, where you hold it with your thumb on the glue and pull it through. See? And that just puts a little extra. And it won't curl as much also this way, which is kind of nice. Alright, so how do we do? Like so. See? That's fun. Let's try that again on the bottom here. And this is almost transparent too because it's white, which is kind of fun. So it kind of goes with the vellum theme. So now I'm going to have to figure out something to put in here. As if this guy isn't getting to be a chubby boy already on its own, but anyway, that's fine. Alright, there we go. So that looks good. And so this across from the Donald Duck makes me laugh quite a lot. Alright, so then what can happen is that you just slide like a journaling card or something underneath, right? It just goes under there and you'll be able to see it through. This is from one of my September Tag of the Month kits. You can check it out on my Etsy. It was one of, I think, 6 that I made out of the 2 kits. I had 6 tags out of Tag of the Month out of 2 kits. So that was a pretty good return on investment, I think. Check it out. It's very reasonable. Alright, so here is where this one was tucked behind, right here. So you see that's kind of how that looks. I like the bright colors. It really matches what's going on here. So I'm going to keep this, and people can do whatever they want to journal on here or whatever. I'm just going to decorate the inside a little. So let's get this guy out of our way again, so we don't get anything on him. All right, and so then I also use this. I'm going to flip it over just so I don't get glue on this. I'm going to use it for stenciling today as well. So now, speaking of my stencils, because I didn't pull those out right away, but they're handy. Come on. All right. So which one do we feel? Well, I always like the bubbles for the Toy Sailboat one. What can I say? Bubbles seem to make sense with water, don't you think? I'm probably going to overuse that stencil in this particular one. Now, normally I do distress ink, but this is telling me I actually need to use some blues, I think. So let's dig in into my ink supply. This is just kind of quick draw. I have lots of these little ink spots, and I'm thinking that I have. Okay. The blues must be over here. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, I wanted a light color blue too. There's that little turquoise. There's a turquoise one somewhere. Ooh, and light green might work also. There's the turquoise. Okay. That's bound to be enough colors to make this interesting. Alright, so I'm going to put this over top. And I'm going to come in with some of the lighter colors first, I think. So this is Stampin' Up! Stampin' Spot Green Galore. And so we're just going to put some of these bubbles in random spots. I like how it looks when it's just kind of all over. So I like moving my stencil a little bit so I don't get the edge. And that's why I have the pad under, so I can go over the edge, break the edge without worrying about inking on my desk. Alright, so first layer, Green Galore is done. Okay, then we have Tempting Turquoise. Again, Stamping Spot by Stampin' Up! I like these colors together. They look pretty to me. Okay, what is this sticking on? Oh, good grief. There is glue on that side. Alright, this side's already dry. Let's try this side then. And then I drop my stencil. Okay. Let's see, what do we want? A little bit here. So the other thing I could do is bring in a purple, which I'm seeing on my stencil, and I'm like, oh, that actually looks kind of cute to get it. But I don't think I want to bring in that many different colors. All right, so that's actually pretty good, and I'm wanting to leave it so that there is some writing potential in here as well. But I do want to put some dark stuff in here. So I've got Versacolor, Indigo, or this is Brilliant Blue by Stampin' Up. The Stamp Spot, just like those. It's just, you know, it kind of leaked. I'm going to go around the edge with this to define it. Oh, I wanted to put some actual dots on too. Okay, and for this, I don't want to actually do the big dots. I want to do some of these little guys. Let's see, we got some more little ones here. I want to just toss in a few. I don't want it to be like an overwhelming thing. No, I really want that to be more smaller dots. The edge, we can have some bigger ones. In the middle, we want the little guys. Okay, and then something down here, I think. I'll do one of those bigger ones as well. There, I really love how that turned out. Isn't that cute? All right. So I'm just going to leave these to the side here because I got a feeling I might want to use those later. All right, so that's cute. That gives just a pop of color. When you open it up, it'll be a little bit of a surprise. Unless, of course, the person's watching this video, and then you know all about it. All right. Okay. So this little guy pops in here. Just like so. Totally unassuming. Alright, and then this spot here is where I had planned on putting this over the top. It's altered paperclip. So, like, we see what's happening here. It's pretty plain. So if I wanted to get a little fancier with this one, that wouldn't be a problem, I don't think. Alright. So I do have... Oh, let's see. Here's some different things here. Let's see, what do we got? Beautiful sky. That would go on there nice. And some of these are just clusters that I made earlier. I always have like little scraps and things left over from projects, and then I try to put things together before they get lost. Oh, it's kind of pretty too. Still like a beautiful sky one because it's in the blues, right? Some of these are smaller, some of them are a little bigger. Special handling. Tree, thankful. Oh, that could go nice in a fall, autumn journal, hey? Neighbors. Oh, this one's kind of interesting as well. Journal. Contentment. Okay, well, trip of a lifetime. Roses, forest. Okay, well, I like that. And then the other, whoops. You know how it is when you pull things out and you're like, oh, it just all wants to go falling, doesn't it? So some of the other things that I have here, I have, these are paper clusters, and I have these fabric clusters, but I don't know if I have anything in the right color. It's the little things in life that make life big. Okay. Delight in life. We kind of already got that in there. Oh, this one's interesting. Dreams come in a size too big so we can grow into them. So that would drape down. That's not horrible either. Okay. And then I have these little button things, which I was thinking might work in here. That one maybe? Not maybe on this, but there's that one with the little star on. This one is a bit more, I don't think that'll go inside. That might be an outside, a journal kind of thing. It's pretty bulky. Okay. Let's just set these aside for now. And let's, oh, and then this is other altered paper clips already. And most of these are with a button on. But that is probably not what we need right now. Okay, everything wants to go sliding, so I'm going to have to take care of that just a second. There we go. Stack it back the way I had it. Okay. So again, it's like one of those things where I think I like this. It's not really the right size for this. I could trim this down though. I like this beautiful sky. And I like these. And I'm thinking that we could go like this, because this is narrow too. So have this one on the front and have this on the back. Alright, so the first thing to do is, I think, to cut this down a little. Alright, so I'm going to just save these pieces because you can stamp on them. Alright, let's pull out our tacky glue. That's going to cover that nicely. So I'm just going to cover this whole thing. And so when I made these bases, I have paper inside. So it will slide down over the side of the page. But I slit a hole in the top so that, I don't know if you can see, that the paper clip comes out the top. And so I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a minute. But first things first, let's put this on. Oh yeah, perfect. And then on this one, which is just slightly smaller than that, I'm going to put the glue on this little green bit, which is book page that has been sewn together and then inked and then tossed in a pile awaiting use. I have a whole bunch of like things that are like in the middle of whatever process, and I can use them for different projects, which I enjoy very much, having things kind of at the ready that can be kind of embellished specifically for whatever project. Okay, so because it's tacky glue, you know, we've talked about this in other videos, it does take a minute to grab, and it will shift until then. And because the paper is just slightly rounded around the paper clip, my stiff book page wants to pop up off. So the cloth, of course, just shaped to the slightly rounded thing, but there we go. Okay. Alright. Oh, I kind of oozed out a little glue there. Oh, shoot. Well, I don't like that at all. I didn't realize I had a bunch of ink on my hands. So, let's us embrace a little bit of color in our lives. Why not? We'll go a little bit. There was some, this lace is a little bit bluish, so hopefully That's kind of cool. All right. I do like that a lot. Okay, so the top part. Remember I was saying there's going to be something happening with that. Let's just put the lid on this guy so it doesn't dry out on us. All right, so then I have whole tons of scraps here. This is scrap fabric. And, ooh, that might be the right color. Do I have anything else in a better shape? There's some of this. There's some of this, although I've already used this. Ooh, and there's some of this. Okay, now I want to use some of that maybe. Or some of this ribbon. So this just literally has little bits and pieces that were left over from other projects in here. This is a smaller piece, but it's a little stiff, so I'm not sure if I want to use that. And this one has, this one's very soft. I think I'm going to go with my original thought though. Alright, so let's just slide that out of the way. I have just a box lid for that, and I just use it like a drawer. Just slide it underneath my desk. It's literally just under, which is so handy. I'm going to use fabric shears for this because you just want to have really, really sharp shears. These are the shears where somebody else uses your fabric scissors, then they die in the house. You know how it is. Don't touch Mama's fabric scissors. So I'm just kind of making a quote-unquote ribbon out of this. These scraps are still usable, so back into the scrap bin, because you can see how small of a piece of a scrap I need to make these little decorations. They're pretty cute. Alright, so I think I'm going to put this through this way. So I can not pull it up because it's already been glued into place. So you just kind of have to work with what you got, what you've planned on. Oh, you know what? I do want it the other way. Now that I have it coming through, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to have to go wash my hands after this video because I feel like I'm going to get blue ink on everything that I touch right now. Okay, so just pulling the ties through and then give it a little pull. All right, so now let's put these to the side here a little. Let's grab our journal, find our spot. So then we just, you know, can put our paper clip right on the, okay, you slid on so easily before, why are you giving me grief now? There we go. And so you can slide things up and under, but when you close the book, you see, then you have some of these little tabs hanging up, which is kind of fun. And I don't mind it being super long, I think that's great. Alright, so we know where we're at. Right there. And so we can tuck things under on this side, we can tuck things under on this side. It works out slick. And it will hold whatever notes we want in place. Perfect, right? Okay, well, we got that all accomplished today. So, like, if you remember, we started here with this one, and now we have a spot that we can put something underneath, like a tuck spot or a belly band. Over here we have this journaling card that got tucked in. This is like a corner tuck made out of a flash card. And then this one here, the like the altered paper clip, which we already had a couple of clusters, paper and a fabric cluster ready to go. This is actually a button, a vintage button that's stitched right on there. Just makes it easy. You get a few things kind of halfway prepared, and things come together so nicely for your little projects. And so then again, we talked about how we can slide something under there. Awesome. Well, I hope you got a lot out of today's video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and definitely share. And we will just catch you in the next video. Bye, everybody.